I thank you all for the happy presence you have given me this evening also. I thank the hosts of the evening who has created this occasion. And according to the program, we are expected to talk something about yoga and something about healing today. This is already a yoga school and we feel it very happy to speak about yoga in a yoga school. When we find yoga schools here, we have the great hope of the physical fitness of the humanity in the future. The asanas are regularly taught and practiced in the yoga schools. A practicing of asanas regularly, first of all, it minimizes the inequalities of the physical health and makes the physical body fit more and more as time advances. As age advances, the physical body shows its inequalities, but as the yogasana practice advances in years, these inequalities are minimized year by year. And many people find that healing starts with themselves when they practice the yogasanas. In fact, healing should start from oneself. Unless one is perfectly healthy, he cannot claim to heal others. Because the confidence upon healing and the self-confidence upon the healer will not be there if the physical body is not fit. The circulation becomes more brisk by the yogasanas and the respiration becomes more active, and according to the standards of the ancient yoga system, the number of breaths will be decreased and the volume of breathing is increased by practicing the yogasanas. It is a fact observed and accepted even by doctors that the more speedy the respiration is, the more number of breaths will take place in each minute, and the quantity of breath and the length of breath will be minimized. And when we practice the yogasanas in a systematic way, along with some pranayama also, then the speed of the respiration will be controlled and the magnitude of each respiration will be increased. This increases the span of life and the health of the body during this span. Every part of our body and every muscle will be under our control. Every nerve will work with responsibility, and especially the cerebrospinal nervous system will be stimulated daily, and the ductless glands become more and more active. The whole endocrinal system will become meaningful and it will have a link with our conscious mental body. Then the movements of our daily routine become more and more meaningful. Gradually we begin to do only what is significant, what is useful to us and others. And gradually we minimize things that are not so very significant. The time spent in daily pleasures will be minimized and the time used for some utilitarian aspect will be increased. The daily routine becomes more and more significant so that the span is filled with some meaningfulness. This is the starting point of yoga practice and also the starting point of healing. The power to heal comes only from the power to utilize time and opportunity. One who is automatically a master of his daily routine, one who has the capacity to conduct his routine exactly in the same manner as he has done yesterday and to keep up his timings regularly without any strain and effort, then one gains mastery over his span. A mastery over the environment is also automatically achieved. Mastery over forces within and without will be simultaneously achieved. The magnetism in the human constitution will be increased, and the lines of force that are working through our body become more and more regular, just like the lines of force in a magnet. The lines of force that are working through our body are our intentions and thoughts, our hopes and our hopes and our intentions, and also the work we do. The quantum of work we do will increase with a practice of yoga, and though asanas form only a part of yoga, they will form the basis to practice yoga in future. First of all, we become more and more self-conscious and less nervous. Nervousness leads us into a crazy way of living, whereas self-consciousness leads us into the magnetism of life. This is the point where we achieve mastery over healing powers. Healing is nothing but establishing health, and it is the arrangement of the lines of force that makes the difference. When the lines of force are ill arranged, it is what we call ill health, and it causes disease, and it causes the various symptoms on the physical and mental plane. What we call nervousness and irritability, what we call restlessness and impulsive nature, are only signs of ill health and sickness. The more and more we have sickness in us, the more and more we grow nervous and oversensitive of others, and our behavior will be distorted and conditioned according to the presence of people around us. Our behavior changes with the persons present around us, and the nature of the persons around us will alter the nature of our existence. This is the cause of all diseases in its true sense. And when man begins to live in confusion and hurry, and always feeling that his time is not enough for the daily routine, then he gradually goes into disease. And this is what we call the opposite of yoga. The lines of force in us, when ill arranged, they cause all these evils. They make us think that people around us are disturbing us, that the people around us are forming a competition for us, and gradually we begin to fight with the society. This is the first sign of ill health and disease. And when this begins to dwell with us, then the production of the tissues in the body will be altered. And a disturbance in the production of the tissues causes the clinical disturbances. And that is the cause of what we understand as physical ailments. Especially a busy way of living, a great tension under which we live, and an oversensitive nature towards other people will cause insomnia and headache, and sometimes metabolic diseases like constipations and diarrheas, disorders of liver and pancreas, and more commonly the disorder of the kidneys. All these bring a crisis at a particular stage, and when we begin to use medicines in a large quantity and regularly, the medicinal substances also begin to play their havoc in us, play a havoc. Just as in an industrial city, the air is polluted, the water is polluted, and the roads are polluted, and the whole atmosphere is polluted. Similarly, in a body full of medicines, the blood is polluted, the nervous system is polluted, the kidneys, the blood vessels, the heart and lungs are polluted. Every functional organ will be polluted, and the whole human constitution becomes a big industrial city. When life becomes impossible. We begin to live suffocated in this body, just as we live suffocated in a big city. And when once you go to a real countryside where there is a mountain and a good forest and a river which is not polluted, a river in whose water you can take a bath and you can drink the water,
et dans lequel aussi vous pouvez boire de l'eau,
then you will feel very happy. Similarly, when you begin to practice yoga, you will begin to feel the freshness of life more and more, and as the circulation becomes more and more equal, when the cerebrospinal nervous system begins to work more harmoniously, when the two vagus nerves work simultaneously, and when the kidneys begin to function in a harmonious way, then the psychological forces will be harmonized. The freshness of life will be experienced, and you will find that you are already being healed. So, a practice of yoga should start with a yoga school like this, but it should not start there. It should not stop there. A practice of yoga is only a beginning, and the advanced practices of yoga should be also practiced afterwards. But everything will be made possible only if you take daily asanas. And the incentive to take asanas daily will be given by the presence of a yoga school and a group of people who are practicing yoga with you begin to give you health. Because health exists in living as a company, and loneliness gives disease. Sometimes people think that they have to practice yoga in loneliness, and neither healing nor yoga is useful when it is practiced alone. By the great masters of yoga teach us one essential aspect about the fundamental practices. They teach you that you should be functioning like a string in an instrument of music. When it is in harmony with the other strings, then only it is called a musical instrument. Similarly, when you begin to establish a harmony with other people around you, you are fit to practice yoga and your yoga practice will continue. Otherwise, you will feel after some time that you are having some impediments, and then your incentive to practice yoga will go down, and after some time you will stop. Only those who can keep company with others, with right relationship and proper human relations, can continue to practice yoga until its culmination. Others who practice only yoga asanas and who do not care for the other aspects of yoga, they will practice asanas for health for some time, and then they feel like stopping it. They lose interest gradually, and someday they drop off. More than 2 years they cannot practice. Those who can practice for more than 2 years are those who are really interested in the advanced steps of yoga. They will be able to keep company with others and right relationship with others. Our relationship with our parents, our brothers, our friends, our classmates, and wife and husband, and children, neighbors, and our colleagues in the office. All these relationships form part of yoga practice, and when we keep all these relations in a proper way, then only we are called students of yoga. Then only it is possible for us to heal in its true sense. And if we ignore the other aspects and begin to practice yoga singly, first disease begins to take its origin in our mind, making us think that we are practicing yoga and therefore we are greater than others. This is the origin of disease. When we begin to keep company and social relationships with others, and a good spirit of service, then the real yoga practice starts with us, and it makes us continue the yoga practice. Every day after taking the asanas and after taking a bath, you have to sit down in a comfortable posture. Make your body comfortable, relax every muscle and nerve, relax the mind, and for some time begin to observe your own respiration, meditating upon the mantram Soham. Then you will go into meditation gradually. The mind begins to get itself absorbed in respiration, and the process of respiration gets absorbed in the mind. The two become one. A great ease and comfort and relaxation will be experienced. A change will be observed in all the parts of the body. The change will be like that of a magnet, which is different from that of an iron rod. Just as when an iron rod is being magnetized, every molecule of the iron rod is awakened into magnetism. Similarly, this change will occur in you, and you will feel that every molecule of your body will be awakened. You will find yourself different, and all the discomfort and the burdensome attitude of your mind will go away. When you feel any part of your daily routine burdensome in the mind, that means your yoga practice is not correctly going on. It is the right test to see if your yoga practice is going on right lines or not. Only when you find that you are not impatient with anyone, and if you do not dislike anyone in the daily routine, if you do not feel inconvenient in the presence of everyone, then only you should understand that your practice of yoga is going in right lines. If you find that some people are not liked by you, if this idea continues, and if your impressions about them continue, and if your unfavorable thoughts about others continue for a long time, and if you remember your unhappy experience with others for a long time, that means your yoga practice is not going in right lines. There must be something wrong in our practice. We should know it and rectify it. Then once again the change begins to occur. You will begin to feel pleasant with everyone, because you will begin to feel pleasant with yourself. There will be a pleasant muse 24 hours in you, and the pleasant muse, as long as the pleasant muse is with you, you will find the presence of anyone pleasant to you. Just as when your spectacles is colored, you will find everyone through that color. Similarly, when your mind is pleasant with you, you will find everyone around you pleasant. This is the right type of test to test your progress in yoga, and this is the starting point of healing. If you are pleasant in your mind all the 24 hours, if you are not irritable and wild with anyone, if you are not nervous with anyone, and if you do not experience fear, suspicion, jealousy, then your mind is healed, and that mind heals your body. So in your daily practice of yoga, when your body begins to take this change, you will be able to observe it in the form of a beautiful color also. Mentally you will begin to feel that there is something blue around you, or something golden yellow around you. Some harmonious color will be felt mentally by you when you are doing your work and duty regularly. You will be able to read books continually or do your office work continuously, and you don't feel bored, and the monotony will not be found by you. Every work finds its every work is found fresh by you, and you will feel every moment fresh in life. This is the result of meditation. Meditation will be practiced along with pranayama. right type of pranayama is relaxation of breath. When you practice a harmonious way of breathing, when you begin to breathe in a slow, soft and deep manner, at the same time thinking of your breath, you will find the exact coincidence of the prana and mind. The pulsations of your life will absorb your mind, and the mind becomes harmonious, and the respiration becomes uniform. The uniformity of the respiration keeps harmony of the mind, and when the mind is harmonious, your body is gradually healed, your nervous system is healed, and all the nervousness will go away. You will find everything pleasurable, and your appetite increases, and the metabolic activity increases, and diseases will rectify themselves day by day, and diseases disappear finally. The usage of medicines will be minimized day by day, and it is your duty to see that you don't overdrug your constitution, and it is enough if you use medicines only when it is an emergency. And this magnetism will be flowing out from your body, and people begin to feel it. Just as pieces of iron begin to feel the presence of a magnet from a distance, the people around you feel your presence and the presence of healing magnetism. It will be experienced in the form of some happiness. Your friends begin to discover that they are happy in your presence and that their minds are calm in your presence. Their thoughts are suspended as long as they are in your presence. Suspension of thoughts marks the beginning of healing. When the speed of the mind is controlled, when it is made harmonious, then people begin to get healed even without your own knowledge. Sometimes people with great headache and heaviness of head, when they meet you and talk to you for 5 minutes, they will find that their headache disappeared. When they go home, they go with great energy and all the fatigue is gone. And when they experience it twice or thrice, they will begin to talk to you about this. And the topics that are being talked with you begin to heal them, because they do not have the critical nature with them. Nobody will be able to argue with you, because your argumentative nature has gone from you. A nature of revelation and a nature of intuition begins to dawn from you. A nature to understand how things are correct dawns from you. The capacity to discover the goodness in others gains in its candle power, and all people will have their goodness stimulated in your presence. This is the real practice of healing. Without such a practice of meditation and the asanas, healing cannot be properly practiced. The healing practiced by a neurotic and an oversensitive fellow will not have the same comfort as is practiced by a yoga student. He may heal sometimes other patients, but he himself becomes a patient. Every time he heals others, he becomes sick, and he gets the auto-suggestion that he is taking their diseases. It is utterly false. It is correct that you can heal others of their troubles, but it is utterly false that you take their diseases. Is it a fact that when a doctor gives medicine to a patient, when the patient is healed, is it true that the doctor becomes sick? The doctor is there only to convert the patient into a healthy man by power of his medicine. Similarly, the healer is there to convert the sick man into a healthy man by the power of his own magnetism. The difference between the doctor and a healer is only the medicine and the magnetism. The doctor uses medicine on the physical sense, whereas the healer uses the medicine on the spiritual sense. both the things are medicine in two different forms, and there is no necessity for the healer to become sick. Still there are some people who believe in it, that when they are healing they are becoming sick, and that they are taking the diseases of the patients. They think that it is a great service. It's not true. It's a great disservice to the society, because their presence increases the nervousness and restlessness in others also. A healer is essentially a healthy man, and it is always a great pleasure for him to heal. The more number of cases he heals, the more pleasurable his constitution is. And just as the right musician is not fatigued after giving a song, so also a right type of healer is not sick after a healing. Is it a fact that a musician who makes the audience please with his music goes into great sorrow after the music and believe that he has taken all the sorrows of the audience? It is only fooling oneself. Same is the case with healing also. If people get sickness after healing, it is only by the power of their autosuggestion. It is because they strongly believe that they take the disease of the patients. As they begin to believe this daily, it becomes true with them. This is what is called the power of autosuggestion. The power is there with us to use in a right sense and not in a negative sense. And so everyone should not rush so hastily into the art of healing. One should be positive at first before he becomes a healer. He should know and realize the positive nature of healing, and understand that all the negative nature is created by himself or not by the healing. This is an essential step which is to be taken before one becomes a healer. And the real type of healing requires a good sense of cleanliness also. Of course, there are certain elements which are not so very readily possible in the Occident, but it is necessary for us to know those things so that someday we may be able to practice them. The one thing is to have daily a bath in abundant water to keep all the parts of the body clean. The second item is to take as much water as possible